MXTVUK, let's go. Hey, music, message, media. Hey, that's music, message, media. A voice for this generation. MXTVUK, let's go.
My name is Sarah Smith and I'm your guest host for MXTV UK. We need to talk about porn because it is having a significant impact on many young people and adults. The pornification of culture, music lyrics, music videos, social media, adverts, films,
porn addiction,
to 11-year-olds,
sex,
shame,
14 to 15-year-olds
exposed to porn from a young age,
under pressure to learn how to perform tricks.
Isn't it just a bit of entertainment?
a tool of self-harm,
Violence,
choke,
bang, beat,
pornography.
Pornography.
They've been exposed to it, but not from their own choice.
Does it empower us to feel good about our bodies?
Harms relationships,
Self-esteem,
affects body image.
causes many to live in shame, guilt, the fear of judgment.
Is it a good way for people to learn about sex?
This is how they learn everything they know about sex. Pornography, addicted to porn.
the pornification of culture, framing sex into an act of violence, stripping sex of intimacy, beauty, connection and love, which is what it's supposed to be about. It would be good to have education around the issues that there are with pornography, the chance to talk about it with trusted adults.
If you think that you may be addicted to porn, then it's important to talk to someone about it.
It is important for people facing this type of addiction to speak out and possibly, if necessary, for some to seek professional counselling. Whoever you are and wherever you are, I want you to know that there is always a light at the end of every tunnel.
East London, born and raised, where all the days it was every man spat that hype when they see you, man, better back that back shot. Still got tracks in the backpack with a snap back to the back and the facts that. In a flashback, sin came, now we like that faith, but Jesus came and strapped that. Man, I love the way I'm living. Was trying to sway my decision, but I still play my position. I was mixed with the villains.
Number one and nothing less. Trendsetter, that's the cost to be the best. Yeah, I said it. Go, 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 big, go getter. Be, can you be better? When they ask you, are we gonna tell them? The greatest of all time.
My name is Sarah Smith and I'm the CEO of the charity Asset UK. I've been delivering relationships and sex education for about 14 years now, and I've definitely seen a shift over this time in the language young people use around sex, the expectations they have around sex, and changes in how bodies are viewed. Where we work in London, common words to describe sex are bang, beat, poke, and even kill and destroy. These words are reframing sex into an act of violence and aggression, particularly towards women, and stripping sex of intimacy, beauty, connection, and love, which is what it's supposed to be about. Some of the young people we work with have shared that they feel under pressure to learn how to perform tricks when it comes to sex. And they feel that if they don't know how to do certain tricks, then they're not going to be accepted by their partner. They are receiving the message from somewhere that you have to look a certain way and act a certain way to have a chance of being in a relationship and keeping a relationship. Where are these messages coming from? Well, I think it's obvious. that the pornification of culture has led to our society being drip-fed these messages from a range of sources. Music lyrics, music videos, social media, video games, adverts, films, and of course pornography itself, which is so widely accessible. Even in rural parts of Nigeria, where our colleagues Asset Nigeria are working, children are viewing pornography because cheap smartphones have become so accessible. We need to talk about porn because it is having a significant impact on many young people and adults. A few years ago, we asked some of the 14 to 15-year-old students we work with if they think porn should be talked about in lessons at school. The majority of the students felt that pornography is a big issue and that they would like the space to talk about it, but that careful thought would need to go into how it is addressed. They didn't necessarily want to talk to their teachers about it, as it could be awkward. It's true, isn't it? Would you really want to be talking to your history teacher about any concerns you have about porn? But they did say they'd like the chance to talk about it with trusted adults or people from organisations like ours who don't get embarrassed about these kinds of topics. One 15-year-old boy said, "It would be good to have education around the issues that there are with pornography because it affects people's thoughts about sex. It makes people want sex at a younger age and it creates the wrong image of sex. Some people think it's real life." And a 14-year-old boy said, "We all want teaching on it because people have never spoken to us about any of the dangers. We all just think it's fun, but we don't really know anything." It's like he was saying that for some of them it feels like just a laugh, but at the same time he was aware that there was something not quite right about it and he wanted to understand what that was. We're going to explore these issues further, hearing from my colleagues Paul and Esther.
Life can be hard. Jesus cares. Go to mxtvuk.org/chat to chat with someone who understands.
What's that? Holy as Mary. Take me off that pedestal. Please don't cheer me. I've only gone so far. Cause God is near me and he's Emmanuel. It's automatic. He hears me. I've never counted a milli. My bank account isn't empty. I'm grateful my daddy blessed me. Bragging it ain't my telly. Rapping it on your telly. Rapping the one that sent me. It's like a Christmas drop. The way the enemy wants to tempt me. So holla. Let me hit them with the remix. I'm about to start spazzing on them. Gone are the days when we flow casual on them. Made for a purpose, these verses are only a fraction of it. Picture perfect, it's worth it, don't forget that caption on it. Raised in the streets, it's only right that I go ratchet on them. East London, born and raised where all the days it was Every man spot that hype when they see you, man, better back that back shot. Still got tracks in the backpack with a snap back to the back and the facts that. In a flashback, sin came, now we like that faith, but Jesus came and strapped that. Man, I love the way I'm living. World's trying to sway my decision, but I still play my position. I was maced with the villains, felt the pain and I witnessed. Some things I can't even explain, now I've changed and I'm different. Now we go hard on the track from the 1st to the 31st. Everyone's a talker till it's time to do the dirty work. Early bird, worldly ain't for me, I've got another mission. That's that for the remix, man, better see I got that tunnel vision.
Man, I love the way I'm living. No lie. The world trying to sway my decision. Oh my. It's cool, I ain't want to get...
Her thoughts written in cursive concealed her.
I'm a schools worker and I go into schools and deliver lessons to young people on relationships and sex education.
She gave a perfect heart that gave it back, ripped and torn. She hopes this.
So whilst I was teaching on the topic of pornography in a secondary school in London to 11-year-olds, A group of girls thought that it was normal for a man to choke a lady during sexual intercourse. Another male student thought that if a lady said no at the beginning of sexual intercourse, that it was okay to continue because she will eventually like it. Here are some other thoughts from young people we spoke to. Some of them said that they found pornography enjoyable. Others had been exposed to it, but not from their own choice, whilst yet others had viewed it out of curiosity. Some said that they didn't watch porn because of their religious values. Almost all of them said that loads of people they know watch it to find out more about sex.
Round and round we go. Every word I said, I know you heard it.
Yet despite this, they also said that they thought that it harms relationships, as it's fictional, it destroys the young people's mindsets, and some said that it diminishes the value of sex. They also thought that porn 100% affects body image self-esteem and gives people unrealistic expectations of what their partner should look like and how sex will be like. There were some young people who either thought that porn did not have any negative impact on relationships, or that they were not aware of the effects of porn on relationships and on a person. There was also some debate with some young people saying that the age at which a person can watch porn should be kept at 18, as that is when they thought we all fully become adults. Whilst others thought that the age should be lowered to 16, because that is when a person can legally have sex, and people will watch it anyway, even though they're not 18 yet. Another young person said that they thought that the legal age should be lowered, as that is how they learn everything they know about sex. Regardless of this, all of them said that they thought that porn was extremely easy to get access to, and that no matter what the law was, or the filters and blocks that will be introduced, young people will still find a way around it and watch it.
Round and round we go. Every word I said, I know you heard it all before.
Well, what people need to know is that pornography affects our brains. Watching it can become a habit, which can then lead to it becoming an addiction. A person can become addicted to porn, as when they watch it, new neural pathways can develop in the brain, which can cause a person to have modified habits and desire to watch porn more and more. This happens because 3 chemicals are released when a person watches porn. These 3 are oxytocin, serotonin, and dopamine. Combined together, these chemicals make a person feel good, whilst causing that person to seek out whatever caused this experience of feeling good, which can ultimately lead to an addiction. Porn can even cause an individual to change the way they view other human beings around them. Our brains are simply not used to seeing naked images of people having sex constantly, because that is not how the real world is like. So if an individual watches lots of pornography, that can cause them to struggle within relationships and friendships, as their brain has been trained to view other human beings as sex objects. Examples such as these shows us that pornography can become an addiction, and that it is important for us to be talking to young people and adults about its effects. So if you think that you may be addicted to porn, then it's important to talk to someone about it. So get in touch at MXTVUK.org/chat to speak to someone and get the help you need. Don't leave it, chat now.
Life can be hard. Jesus cares. Go to MXTVUK.org/chat to chat with someone who understands.
Ain't nothing gonna hold me back. Creme de la creme, rise up fresh, put a pen to the test. It's carpe diem, did I mention again the GOAT? Yes. creme de la creme. Rise up fresh, put the pen to the test. It's carpe diem. Did I mention again the GOAT? Greatest of all time, starting again. I'm painting the wall white. Left that place had to make like a ball and bounce. Breaking them all right now. It's a brand new flex. What's next? Fresh off the dome. Wait till I step on the throne. All in time. If I knew back then what I do right now, then crack from the pressures alone. The message is old, past and present as precious like metals like lead, silver, bronze, platinum and gold. Gold I was lacking the most, so I left for a minute and I came back home. Came back home, went straight to my zone. I'm ready for whatever's coming at me like David. Taking a stand, I'm taking a stone. Number one and nothing less. Trendsetter. That's the cost to be the best. Yeah, I said it. Go, 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 big, go get her. B, 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 can you be better? When they ask you what we gonna tell them? The greatest of all time. Whoa. Easy. I'm like, wait, I ain't done yet. I'm like, stop that. The greatest of all time. Nice. Place those man for a minute. That's right. Start putting in work, yeah. I'm like, stop that. The greatest of all time.
This life was created for me. It was carefully constructed and made for me. It was signed, it was sealed and it gave to me. So I don't really care what they say to me. Nah, cause I'm part of that master plan. I got enough blessings like a preacher man. What do you mean you don't understand? It's simple, yeah. Choose about the great I am. And no, nothing's gonna hold me back. I got more impact than a heart attack. I'm a hammer or a rhyme. Watch your back, cause I'm a soldier for Christ. What you think of that? Yeah.
Somebody say, turn the page. Come on, take your finger, turn the page. Some of you, you're living in sorrow. It's time to turn the page and make it joy. Some of you, you're living broken. It's time to turn the page and find some healing. Some of you, you're living crying. It's time to turn the page and find a little happy. Some of you, you're living lost. It's time to turn the page and be found. Some of you, spiritually, you're blind. It's time to turn the page so that you can see. Somebody say, turn the page.
My name is Esther Bonsu. I'm the Schools Work Coordinator at Asset UK. I'm responsible for the delivery of relationships and sex education lessons within schools across London. I personally think it is important for people to understand and exercise compassion for individuals who have or are struggling with porn addiction, as it causes many to live in shame, guilt, and the fear of judgment from others.
It's never too late. Don't let go. Start again. Start again. You can change your story.
I personally know a significant number of individuals, both male and female, who are or have been addicted to pornography. There is one particular individual who was on the verge of suicide due to porn addiction, and he confided in me during a car journey. I was the first person they had ever told about their struggle, and I was able to empathize and relate to their emotional turmoil.
Oh my God, no really, oh my God.
As he broke down in tears, he shared that he had been exposed to porn from a young age, as young as 11 years old, and he had tried on many occasions to distance himself from watching porn. But he found himself calling back to watch it during the times where he needed to escape. It had become a tool of self-harm for this individual. His last attempt at saving himself was to tell me, or he felt like he would have to end his own life.
You can change your story. It's never too late.
Thankfully, I was able to support the individual as a friend. I also encouraged the individual to seek professional accountability, such as counselling and pastoral support, because I knew their addiction was beyond my capability to help. I can confidently say today that the individual is free from the porn addiction. Although the journey wasn't always comfortable or pleasant, it was necessary. One thing that this situation has taught me is that confession is truly good for the soul. Their ability to break their silence pertaining to something that was tormenting them so badly is a testament to their courage and conviction to find freedom. Finding or having the right community of people around us is so important, because we sometimes aren't aware that there are people willing and waiting to support, no matter how long it takes to be totally free.
Together with our sisters and our brothers. Don't let go.
From personal experience, as well as the experiences of others, it is important for people facing this addiction to speak out, and possibly, if necessary, for some to seek professional counselling, because freedom is possible Even though the process may not always be easy, freedom is always possible. We are all deserving and worthy of love, irrespective of our former or current mistakes. Our value doesn't increase or decrease because our ability to be perfect or an outstanding human being. Because the truth is, we all have areas in our lives that we wish either didn't exist or we could improve upon. Peace isn't found in the critique of who we are not. Peace is found when we acknowledge who we are and the good we have to offer the world within us, self-love, and around us.
Your son gave his life so that he could heal the hearts of the broken.
Flowers on the ground.
My friend wasn't any less valuable during the time of his struggle than he is today. We must all acknowledge our value and worth. Upon that, create an internal and external environment which complements and reflects our pre-existing value and worth. Finding freedom internally can feel like a complicated yet impossible journey or task. For me personally, I have found freedom through the revelation and fact that I am loved, not because of what I do wrongly or rightly, but because of the one who I believe is responsible for my existence, God. He loves me unconditionally. Whoever you are and wherever you are, I want you to know that there is always a light at the end of every tunnel.
Stand together with our sisters and our brothers. Don't let go. Don't let go. Start again. Start again. You can change your story.
And the opinions of others should never define your existence. Rather, it is the opinions you have of yourself that will eventually guide you to freedom, if you desire it.
You can change your story. It's never too late. Don't let go.
There are a vast number of organisations there for the support of a diverse range of individuals who are struggling or addicted to pornographies. Organisations such as Naked Truth, Fight the New Drug, and Fortify. If this has hit home for you, then you can talk to someone now 24/7 at MXTVUK.org/chat. Don't leave it. Chat now.
Life can be hard. Jesus cares. Go to MXTVUK.org/chat to chat with someone who understands.
MXTVUK. MXTVUK. Let's go. Hey, music, message, media. Hey, that's music, message,
Our ultimate goal is that people would find freedom from their past, peace in their present, and hope for the future.
A voice for this generation. Yeah.
As I hope you can see from what we've said, it is so important for us to be creating safe spaces for people to be able to talk about the effects of pornography, as it distorts perceptions and expectations of relationships. We want young people to experience healthy relationships where both people involved are mutually caring, respecting and loving each other. We want people to treat and see each other as whole persons, not just objects that serve to gratify their own sexual desires. For when we see and treat people with worth and dignity, that's when we all flourish and enjoy life the most. If you'd like to find out more about our work or would be interested in finding out more about our training, do take a look at our website www.asset-uk.com. And you might be interested in a book that I have written called A Guide to Growing Up, which is aimed at 11 to 14-year-olds. It's all about puberty, bodies, relationships and sex, written from my own personal Christian perspective rather than being an Asset UK resource. It covers lots of hot topics and there's a chapter in there about pornography if you think that might be helpful for any young people you know. If you feel affected by any of the issues we've talked about, please get in touch. You can talk to us at mxtvuk.org/chat. Don't leave it, chat now.
We are all deserving and worthy of love.
We want people to treat and see each other as whole persons with worth and dignity. That's when we all flourish and enjoy life the most.
And the opinions of others should never define your existence. I am loved, not because of what I do wrongly or rightly, but because of the one who I believe is responsible for my existence, God. He loves me unconditionally.
Life can be hard. Jesus cares. Go to mxtvuk.org/chat to chat with someone who understands.
I gotta say something. How can we do nothing? We gotta stand together with our sisters and our brothers. Don't let go. Start again. You can change your story. It's never too late. Don't let go. Start again. You can change your story. It's never too late. Turn the page.
MXTV UK, let's go. Hey, music, message, media. Hey, that's music, message, media. A voice for this generation.